Welcome back to the Beginner to Master speed run. Disclaimer on the speed run: we had one game that actually did not record, so I'm re-recording right now. We're just crossed 1400th ELO, we're ranked 1407, playing against Rain 0402 rated 1468, so we're playing some pretty serious opponents at this point. And we're gonna go for a King's Indian defense. Our opponent starts off d4, knight knight c3. So Wolfie and Keto throw on the move d6 to discourage that move. E5. And castle. And our opponent might be getting ready to start a kingside attack. Looks like he still has flexibility to castle either way. In these positions, I like to fianchetto my bishop as well, so we go the double fianchetto. Putting some pressure on this pawn on e4, and also threatening to play this move e4. Does this already work? So first, let's move my rook to the e-file. Okay, I think he's also preparing that move. So there. This works. Let's go for it. I think the most natural move is d5 here, which our opponent does not opt for. So I almost certainly want to play ed because I want to open things up for my rook. So that's the line I'm looking for. Let's do this. We're gonna play h6. He might be contemplating moving the knight in. Okay, no, he goes for that. I'm comfortable also pushing g5 in this position. I don't think this is going to be too weakening for my king. I'm going to go for a6 now. Okay, and that releases that threat. Does this work? Takes now. Takes. Yep, it doesn't quite work. Sorry, takes. Let's play this out. Takes. So maybe it does work. I'm gonna play here though, increase pressure on that pawn. Okay, but now when we take this pawn, we're also threatening this bishop. Okay. That loses a bishop though. And actually first I can take here with check. If I do that, he can drop the bishop back. If I go there, he goes there. Okay, interesting decision here. Takes, drop bishop back, take. Yeah, that's just really good for me. Let's go here. Okay, there's also that. Does he have to double trade here? I should still be up a clean piece at the end of this. Okay. I can take that with check though. And then take here and threaten the queen trade. And I think our opponent is just cooked now, down 9 points of material, and the queen trade is actually forced. Is it forced? Yes, so the problem with that is I have checkmate in 1. So we're gonna go ahead and play it. That game wrapped up pretty quick. Got our achievement on chess.com featuring the Trompowsky attack. Let's take a look at the game and see how it went. All right, so we played the King's Indian. This is all looking good so far. Everything pretty normal here. Maybe b6, not the best move. Engine recommends going c5 or c6, but we go b6, we get this fianchetto set up. Our opponent plays pretty natural moves, bringing pieces to the center, and then I go for this d5 pawn break. So I think d5 is what I would expect to be, sorry, the e5 pawn break. I think d5 is the best move. Yeah, it looks like that's what our opponent should have gone for. Instead, he brings his bishop out, and I quickly play ed to open up my rook, which does prove troublesome for our opponent later on. A couple moves here, queen c8, a6, and then I end up playing h6. Our opponent drops back. I go g5. Looks like it's not one of the top choices of the computer, but still advantageous for black. It then did like this sequence here. I go for this instead. Okay, it looks like a6 was bad. And it was because of this move, which I did see. I was actually anticipating maybe the opposite of jumping the knight in, but it looks like that doesn't work for, what's wrong with this for black? Okay, queen c8 is strong. Oh, and the reason being is because the bishop can't keep defending the knight. Okay. Anyways, by the time we get here, it says equal. I felt like I had a very good position here. A lot of pressure on the center here, and then that was a mistake. And I correctly play knight f takes e4. Knight c takes e4 is not quite as good, but still a strong option. We trade down, and then yeah, that was bad to worse because now I have bishop takes d4 check. Both of these two moves were good, but I ultimately go with this one. And then here, I think he needed to, okay, he actually plays queen h2, which is the best move, or king h2, which is the best move. Then I play knight takes g3. And then he did need to go for the double trade here, although at this point he's already completely lost. Instead, he goes for counterplay. I take with check. Take with queen g5, which is correct. That threatens checkmate on g2 if he moves the queen, so the queen trade actually is forced here, and it's just a hopeless position for the opponent. Instead, he tries at counterplay, but doesn't see that we have mate in 1. So that will do it for today's game. A pretty quick game, but appreciate you guys watching.